So Ranjit, what you're saying is right. You are telling the use case of use state, which is correct. My question is, what is use state? Is it a class, object, variable? What it is?
Sir, at the beginning, it is an object.
Tell me then. Higher order functions, and you tell me what are higher order functions?
The function which accepts another function as an argument
Hmm.
is known as higher order functions. What I know.
No. What you're saying is half right. Yeah. Okay. Hello all. Welcome back to Uncommon Geeks. My name is Vasanth. I hope you all doing well. Today with me we have Ranjit. I think most of my followers know I'm from basically from Bengaluru. So Ranjit is also from Bengaluru. So today video is about Bengaluru boys. So this is a mock interview basically I'm taking. So where Ranjit is a last year pass out from the computer science diploma. So he's currently pursuing a course in a famous institution in Bengaluru. We'll hear more from Ranjit regarding that, but this interview is mainly focused on the front-end developer interview, where I'll be testing his skills of JavaScript, React, and fundamentals of DSA if time permits. Okay. So like I always say, the best way to utilize this mock interview is if you are someone watching the video, every time I ask a question to Ranjit, pause the video, you also try to answer. And once after you answering, just resume the video and see what Ranjit has answered and what the feedback that I gave. So it becomes like a interview for you as well. Okay. That being said, Ranjit, can you please introduce yourself so that we can get started?
Hi everyone. Hi sir. My name is Ranjit. I am actually from Sirgupa, which is Ballari district in Karnataka. Okay, I have been completed my diploma in computer science, which is the college name is SS Polytechnic, which is in Sirgupa only in my hometown. Uh, After that, I used to came to Bangalore to get a course. I got completed in 2022. Due to some COVID issues, I couldn't complete my diploma in current time, proper time. So it took me 2 years to get completed. After that, I came to Bangalore and just joined Jspide. Right now, it's been 6 months. The front end part is completely completed, and back end is going on right now. But I am focusing on front end module.
Wonderful,
Yes, sir.
wonderful, Ranjit. So this I say quite frequently, like don't fall for a full stack developer scam that happens everywhere, and not to any tech firms.
Yes.
I'm not naming any. Make sure you understand one stack properly and apply for a job. This is what I always say. Don't try to learn everything and don't learn anything. Okay, fine. Anyways, now we will start, Ranjit. Okay, so first thing is, can you open JS Fiddle? Okay, so I'm sharing a small snippet with you now. Okay, copy the snippet and paste in the third editor. That is where the cursor is blinking, right? Just paste it there.
Yes. Okay. Mm. Is it okay?
Yes. So please, yeah, please go to the snippet and let me know like what will be the output. Take your time,
No.
check the snippet and tell me what is the output. Okay. And also for audience, can you please zoom in? Control and plus, so that the snippet is visible for everyone. Ha. Can you
Okay.
scroll up a bit? Thank you. Yeah. Take 1 or 2 minutes. And I'm
Okay,
not
sir.
just
Sure.
looking for an output. I need a solid explanation.
Mhm.
Why is that output? Okay.
Okay, sir. What shall we explain? 1 plus 2 plus 3, and the total answer will be 6, sir.
Okay. Tell me why it is 6.
Mm.
What?
Sir,
Hmm. Please.
so at the beginning, sir, A is called, sir, with
Hmm.
an argument of 1. It is
Hmm.
passed to the X parameter and
Okay.
saved in the X parameter.
Hmm.
After that, inside that function, B is called, sir.
Hmm.
B is passed as a 2 argument, and it
Hmm.
is passed to Y parameter.
Hmm.
And after that, inside the B function,
Hmm.
3 is called, sir.
Hmm.
C is called, sir, and 3 is stored in the
Hmm.
Z parameter.
Hmm.
And inside that function, log will be there, console.log, which will get printed in console window, which is 1 plus 2 plus 3. The
Okay.
total answer will be 6.
Okay. Can you remove the console.log from line number 7 and put it in
This is
line number 4?
so sure.
Okay. Now what is the output?
Sir, it will be the, here we can see that the automatically it is Z is changed. The color is got changed, sir, because it's not the parameter is not used yet because Z is not declared yet. So the output will be 1 plus 2 plus undefined. 1 plus 2, 3 plus undefined.
What will
Okay.
be the output? 1 plus 2 plus undefined is what?
It is string, sir. It will get converted as string data.
Okay. What you're saying is it will be 1 to undefined. Correct?
No, 1 plus 2, it is 3, sir. 3 plus undefined.
So
Concatenated.
3 concatenated with undefined. So 3 undefined. Correct? With no space. Please run.
Sir.
Top left you see run. Can you please run the code? Top left.
Yes.
Can you click on the console beta?
Okay.
Yeah. What is the output?
Nothing, sir. Empty.
So then it is not what you are saying. Correct?
No, no, sir. I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
No problem. No problem. It's not
Actually,
like
the
wrong, right?
undefined
Yeah.
is
Yeah, please go ahead.
undefined is predefined, sir, which is in JavaScript from the side of JavaScript only. It won't get concatenated. So other than it may be any data types, it gets concatenated.
Got it.
But where it comes to
Do one
undefined,
thing.
it won't get
Got it.
concatenated.
Go. I mean, replace. I mean, cut the thing from line number 5. Paste it in line number 8 itself. Okay.
Yes.
Line number 7. Yeah. So then run the code again. 6. Then now do Z plus A. Line number 7. Z plus A. No, small a. Do small a.
Polish.
Now, what should be the output?
Here A is an character. It may be 6A, I think.
Okay.
Or A is not defined yet.
What do you think then?
I think the same answer which we got before, error, I think, or empty.
Nothing printed basically. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Please run. Top left. Please run. What is the getting?
A class got a line somewhat. Uncaught reference error. A is not defined.
Correct? Okay. You can check it later.
Sir,
okay. Exactly how all these will behave. I am sharing another snippet with you now. Okay. Maybe slightly complicated, but not difficult. Okay. Again, I'm adding it in Zoom chat. Okay. Just copy from there. In fact, these are the questions that are discussed in my JavaScript interview preparation series. If you're not seen those videos, you can go ahead and check. I'll put the link in the starting of the video. Also, I put in the description as well. Please go ahead and check. Slightly complicated. Take 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. But not difficult. Take 2 to 3 minutes. Read the question carefully and tell me what is the output. Okay. Audience also take 2 to 3 minutes, read the question and try to guess the output.
Non-stop. Obviously, there is a lot of research that has gone into making this video. So please like the video and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon if you're not already done so. And add a comment whatever you felt so far. The reason for that, I always say I have a only motto of want to help the candidate to clear their interview. So if more likes, more comments, video becomes visible for a lot. Whenever it is visible for a lot, there is a high chance I get more subscribers and the followers. Definitely, there is a high chance I would able to reach my cause very soon. Okay, so please like and comment about the video before watching the further. Okay, now
are you clear, Ranjit? What do you think?
It was totally different things.
Okay.
I never
sure, let us break it. Let's break it for simple understanding. Okay, so in line number 1 you have a function, map function. Okay, to which map is a function to which is taking 2 arguments. Okay, the first argument is function itself. First argument is function itself. And second argument is an array, which I am naming it as A. Okay. So in line number 14, if you see, the cube function is passing map f comma numbers. So where f is in line number 9. Okay. F is in line number 9,
Okay,
function. Okay. And numbers is an array, which is defined above. So if you see now line number 5, you're learning a loop, correct? Running a loop till the length of the numbers, correct? Whatever you have passed. And in line number 6, result is an array, which is equal to f of a of I, correct? A of I is whatever is there in the line number 13, numbers array, basically, correct?
Yes.
And
Okay.
function is the function which is defined in line number 9. You want to guess the output now? If it is slightly clear to you.
So X is the
There is no problem. Okay. We'll go to some other question and then we'll come back to this. Okay. You can stop sharing. No problem. No problem. No, you don't have to stop sharing. Let's do one thing. Let's go to React project that I've asked you to create. Hope you have an empty project, correct? Please open. Then
yes,
probably,
yeah,
at the end, probably we'll discuss all the conceptual questions. Okay. Okay. So yeah, you can go to app.tsx. Tell me, I have a small request. Okay. What I want you to do is create simple use state. Okay. And create one variable called like something x something. I want to see how you will create use state.
creating the use state.
Okay, sure. Fine. I'm not much interested in anything looking at the UI. Okay. So now in lineup, can you zoom in? Control plus again. Zoom in a bit. No, one more. Thank you. So now in line number 5, you have created a variable called content and set content and use state. Correct. So now what will use state return?
So use state will return a new thing. It is an empty. I have passed as an empty string, sir.
Correct.
Right now, it will return as empty string as a data.
Got
if we use that.
Sure. Tell me what is use state in programming constant? Is it a class, variable, object? What is use state?
Sir, the use state is an hook concept, sir, which is we used to make the function based component as an stateful. Actually, at the beginning only the function based component is an stateless. To make it as stateful, we use state.
Got it.
Majorly
Got it.
for that
Got it.
condition. And main other things that to change the value of a content on a particular event, a particular option, then we use states.
Yeah. So Ranjit, what you're saying is right. You are telling the use case of use state, which is correct. My question is, what is use state? Is it a class, object, variable? What it is?
At the beginning, it is an object.
Use state is an object. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sure. So in line number 3, you have const app, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, const app is what? It's a class, object, what it is?
So const is an variable, sir.
Correct.
Where app is an variable name.
Correct.
Which we given for this complete we wrap the thing. Totally
app is a
by
variable,
using
correct.
these all.
See, app is a variable, which is right. Okay. Now what app holding actually? So if I ask you what is app, you will say it a class now or a variable now?
So app is holding a function, sir.
Correct. So then app is a function. Const app is a function. Correct. It's a constant function. Correct. How you determine it is a function?
We are passed the callback function, arrow function to the total. This is a total arrow function, sir, which we pass to this app.
Exactly. Now come back to again line number 5. What do you think use state is now? Use state
is also a function, I think.
Absolutely. So use state is also a function. What is the simple ways to determine whether it's a function or not? You are opening and closing a curly bracket, a normal bracket, correct?
Yeah.
So that's a function called in almost all the programming language, correct? So use state is a function.
Yes.
What you said is right.
Okay.
So if it is a function, then it should return something, correct? If not anything, at least void has to be written by a function. So now this function is returning what? You said one second, but I'm again asking. Now we can, think and tell.
Empty string.
Okay, it is returning just string.
You see.
So inside after let, right, you have two things you have done. One is content and set content.
Yes, sir.
Correct? So what is content?
Yes, sir.
Difference between the two is, what is the difference?
Sir, content is a variable, sir, which we use for a use state. Set content is an temporary function, we can say, where this function we use store at the beginning. We perform an action and we store it in the set content, and the set content will get stored into the content file afterwards.
Okay. So in simple words, set content is a function that is used to set and reset whatever the value of content, basically update and set the value of the content. Correct?
Yes.
So
Yes.
you know what is the notation it indicates? You have put the content and set content inside an angular bracket, correct? Array bracket, kind of a bracket.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what does that mean?
Yes, sir.
Why you have kept it inside
No,
that
sir.
only? Why you are not kept in a flower bracket? Right? Okay. If you don't know, not a problem. Okay. One last question, popular question of mine that I ask everyone. So you said like earlier function components were not stateful, correct? After you adding the hooks, they became stateful, basically, correct? So can you write in line number 4 a variable called const x? Line number 4, yeah, const x equal to 10.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Now tell me, what is state?
State is an particular thing, we can say, the action which is given, keep on in normal words, if I can say this, the state which is keep on changing, sir. It won't be constant. In simple words, that's it.
Okay, sure. I'll tell the more simple definition of state. Okay, so state is nothing but a memory of a component, correct? Whenever the component is live, the value of that variables also, all the state variables also will have a life, correct? As soon as we navigate from page X to page Y, every variable of page X is lost. So that is state, correct? So it's very simple. It's memory of a component. Okay. So now in line number 4, where you have written const x equal to 10, is it a state or not?
Yes, sir, it's not a state.
It's not a state. So why it's not? It's also memory of a component. Now, as long as the component is alive, this value is also alive, correct?
Because we not assigned any task to it, sir, until now.
Okay. So that is why you're thinking it is not a state variable, basically, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Sure. So can you go back to the code that in the JavaScript which you already has showing me? That Jspide. Can you go to Jspide? On the Chrome.
Jspide.
In the Chrome, right? Google Chrome. Yeah. Yes. So yeah, you can do Control Z. I want to go to the first question that we were discussing, right? That ABC wala question. Yes. Yeah. Hold here. Okay. So here, see, in line number 7, x plus y plus z.
Yes.
Okay. So function C basically is able to access the arguments of function A and B. Correct? In simple words.
Yes.
Function C is able to access the arguments of function A and B. What is that called in JavaScript? Because of which property of JavaScript this is? Closure. Correct. So tell me, what is currying in JavaScript? CURRYING, currying. Have you heard
I don't know about currying. Yes, I can hear. But I don't know the concept of currying. But I know the concept of closure.
Okay, sure. Please
is more familiar to me. Sir, where the closure is a main is acts as an mediator, sir, in between parent function and child function. Whenever the parent function got executed and completed the task, the reference of a parent function got saved, got copied inside the closure, sir. After the closure, for the child function, if it require any members of a parent, it will help, sir. Closure will get help. So the child, which every data members which function parent got exist of, it will able to access with the help of the closure.
Okay. So basically, whatever you're saying is everything that is accessible to parent is also accessible to child, in simple words. Correct?
Yeah,
that's the property of closure. Best. Good. What you're saying is correct. Have you ever thought a practical use case for a closure? Why closures are there in JavaScript? Like, see, you might have learned any other language, C, C++, Java in your diploma days, correct? There you might have not heard closure. JavaScript has closure, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you ever
yeah.
given a thought why only JavaScript has closures?
No, sir, not like that. But with the help of the closure, whatever the content it's from parent function has, that can be accessible by the child function. It will make us make more easy to work on some situations where we can inheritance the properties of a parent to child, where
Correct.
it can be accessible and get tasks get completed.
Got it. See, you might have done some mini projects as a part of your course, correct? Have you ever
Yes.
used a
Yeah.
closure for any such reason?
No, sir. No.
The reason why I'm asking, most people do
No.
this thing. See, closure is beautiful. Okay. Lot of the time people do not use it, except whatever the built-in cases, right? Closures, people are not using closures. Okay. You can stop sharing. Okay. Now let's get into some React fundamental concepts. Have you heard the term higher order components in React?
Sir, higher order
Yeah, you
component.
can stop sharing. Yeah.
Here, I got it.
Yeah. Have you heard the term higher order component, HOC, HOC in React?
Yeah, sir, higher
Please
order
tell me,
component.
what are higher order components?
Sir, higher order components are the components which take the value, another
Hmm.
value as an. Sir, sorry for the interruption.
Please.
I
It's
know
okay.
about higher order functions, sir.
Sure.
I got confused,
Let's
bit confused.
discuss.
I
Tell
don't know
me.
about higher component.
So, Ranjit, are you getting nervous? No, right?
No,
No.
no, sir, not about
Good.
that, sir. I'm a bit confusion.
Good. No problem. Tell me then. Higher order functions only. Tell me. What are higher order functions?
Function which accepts another function as an argument
Hmm.
is known as higher order functions. What I know.
No. What you're saying is half right. Okay. There is little more to it. Because any function can accept a function as an input. Correct? The one example that I gave you, the
Yes.
map one, which you saw, that is not a higher order function. Correct? So now have you heard the term higher order components in React?
No, sir. Until
No
now, I
problem.
didn't.
No problem. No problem. Have you heard the term reconciliation in React? Reconciliation in React?
No, sir.
No problem. No problem. Okay. So you're talking about hooks. What all hooks you know in React? Tell me.
Sir, about use content,
Hmm.
use effect,
Hmm.
and use state.
Hmm.
And another thing was use reference.
Correct.
Other, I think, another one, use params.
Good.
There is params also, no? Apart from this, use navigate.
Okay. Sure.
These are
See,
all things I know, sir.
good. Thank you. There is one fundamental difference between use state and use ref. Okay. There are multiple differences, but one
Yes.
fundamental difference between the two. Do you know what is that? The difference between use state and use ref?
Yeah, sir. So there is a major difference. One thing I can notice: use state is to make the complete component as stateful. Where comes to use ref, sir? Use ref to change the value of this particular to target the content, to target the tag, whatever we write inside the written inside a board as an XML. In that, if we write any H1 tag to target that particular tag, we use ref, sir. Perform any task above. But where it comes to use state, we will completely perform totally different thing we can get performed. So where it is used to change the content of the state. It will change the state of the content.
Okay. Okay. This is not wrong, but there's fundamental difference is different. Okay. Please read after the interview. What is the fundamental difference between use state and the use ref? Okay. You know what is the difference between synchronous execution and asynchronous execution?
Yes, sir. Asynchronous execution.
Yeah. Please tell me. What is the difference between
Finals.
synchronous and asynchronous?
Okay, sir. Where it comes to synchronous, sir, after the execution of one line, where JavaScript is an line by line execution content, after the completion of first line only, second line should get executed. That we call it as synchronous. Where it comes to synchronous, I can explain detail you. If the first line get executed in 10 seconds and second line take the execution time of 1 second. But in synchronous, the second line should wait for minimum 10 seconds. After the first line execution only, second line get a chance to execute.
Correct.
Where it comes to asynchronous, which has a shorter time, which has executed in limited time, that will be executed first, and another chance will be given to the next one.
So more than one process can be executed parallel, Ranjit, in simple words, correct? That's
Yeah.
called
Yes.
asynchronous.
Yeah.
Correct? Synchronous means it has to be
Yeah.
processed at once. There is no parallel processing. Correct?
No.
So you state whatever we have. What do you think is a synchronous execution or asynchronous execution?
Mm, uh,
I'll make it little simple, as a lot of freshers are will be watching the video. So whenever you're at use state, you're passing something and it is actually returning two values which you did not answer correctly. That also you rewrite it. The use state basically returns two
okay.
things. One is a value and another one is a function to set that particular variable. Okay. Now, whenever you write this statement, will the use state immediately assign the values to whatever I said, or it will take some time and later assigns it? So synchronous means whenever that particular statement is encountered, use state should immediately assign before control goes to the next line.
Yes.
Will it happen that way,
Mm.
or it will go to the next line? Sometime later, use state will actually assign the values. That's what I'm asking, whether it's synchronous or asynchronous.
Okay, sir. I think it is completely asynchronous, sir.
Okay. Why do you think it is asynchronous?
After whenever we use state, sir,
Mm.
there we use two things, sir. One is variable, another one is function.
Mhm.
After the performance of the function only, it will get stored in the content, means variable, and it get executed where the variable is used. So it
Okay.
will take some time, sir, there.
Okay.
So
Sure.
I think
Sure.
asynchronous.
It's asynchronous, right? But explanation can be little better.
Okay.
Okay. So last question I'll ask Ranjit. Let's come to the concept of use
Okay.
effect. Okay. Tell me now, what is use
Okay.
effect? Is it a class, function, object? What it is?
Then function, sir.
Wonderful. You got the trick. Correct.
Yeah.
So what are the
It has,
arguments?
yeah.
What arguments does the use effect is taking? Tell me.
Sir, it will take two arguments, sir. One is callback function, another one is dependency.
Wonderful. So the basically the dependencies are what? What is the responsibility of dependencies?
Dependency, sir. On which dependency the function should work? On the which dependency the first argument, first argument is callback function. The callback should work. It will tell, sir. The dependency will tell that.
Rather saying work on which thing that should kind of a re-render, correct? Depending on what
Yeah,
condition it should
re-render.
re-render. That is what the user effect.
Mm.
Sure, Ranjit. Basically, I'm done from my end. Okay. So whatever the questions I ask, I have my basic feedback for you, which I'll give now. So before that, do you have any questions on the interview that happened so far?
I'm literally waiting for your
Okay, sure.
reply.
Ranjit, see, here is whatever I am feeling about overall the interview that has happened. Okay. So to begin with, one, you're confident in the interview. You're not becoming very nervous or something, which is a good quality. Second, the communication skills are good. I mean, whatever we would expect from fresher, that much communication skills you have. Third, basics of both JavaScript and React are very satisfactory level. It's not good. It's at a very moderate to satisfactory level. And the concept that you know in one way. Okay. And like whatever the way taught to you, you know it that way. What I say, you should think it from an outsider point of view. Like whatever your lecturer know, he has taught it that way. And you have learned it. About what will happen is, let's say the closure explanation you are giving, correct? So I asked like when you will use a closure. So this is the thought process that you should get. If teachers say it's wonderful, okay. If teachers are not saying this, you should spend some time. It applies to you, everyone who is watching. Any concept you learn, for example, hosting you learned, hosting is not there in any other language except JavaScript and Python. So why hosting exists only in JavaScript? First, that you need to think. And what are the advantages that is given to JavaScript? Putting other way, what will happen if it is not there? Correct. So when you start become inquisitive about concepts like that, then only you will get a chance to understand the things in depth. So that's what I say. Always have a why. Don't stop like, yeah, this is the explanation. So like where is hosted? Let and const are hosted, but they're in temporal dead zone, temporal dead zone. So the three ways of creating variable, why only one way it is hosted? Why not other two are why it's not hosted? Correct. Your teacher would say only like where is hosted, let and const are not hosted, or hosted, but they're in the temporal dead zone. Correct. That's what the teacher will say. But you should ask why where is not hosted. So what I'm saying is, unless you get into that particular mindset, a lot of things will become. A lot of product company clearing interview becomes a little difficult. Okay, so get into that and read more. Okay, so that it will be definitely helpful to you. And coming to React concepts, right? So you not able to tell like use state is a function, which is like very very basic thing. But I know it's not like you don't know what is this. So what I want to tell you, like, you know how things work, but you don't know why for some reasons, correct? Why it is working that way. If I ask you to build a form using UseStatic, you would build now. You will also create a button, on click of it, something will happen. But you are not able to fully know like how the process is working, correct? So spend some time understanding that. That is what lacking, Ranjit. If you can master that, then you'll be good fit for any interview. Okay. Okay, Ranjit. So nice talking to you, Ranjit. I guess you also learned something from the interview, and a lot of audience also might have learned something from the interview. Thank you. So audience, if you are also
final one question, sir.
Please.
How much you rate myself, sir?
See, out of 5, if I have to rate, it is around 2 to 2.5. Okay. So if I have to select you in the interview, at least you should become 3 to 3.5. So if you adopt to whatever I am saying, there's a high chance you will reach that number. Okay. Fine.
Yes,
So
I'll
audience,
definitely do that.
thank you. Audience, I think you also enjoy the video. If you like the video and comment whatever you felt so far. Subscribe to my channel, Uncommon Geeks, if you're not already subscribed. If you want to be part of some mock interviews like this, these are free. I do free interviews. So if you want to be part of it, please mention in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to take mock interviews of yours as well. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in next video.